All right, here we are at a 2019 Monterey 278 SS Bowrider for sale. We're here near Knoxville, Tennessee. Obviously, we're off the water today. This is a two-owner boat. It's a 26-foot, 8-inch LOA. That includes our swim platform back here. LOA stands for length overall. We've got an 8.5-foot beam, about a 40-inch draft when that Volvo Penta dual prop out drive is all the way lowered. 8-foot, 2-inch bridge clearance. About 5,500 pounds dry weight. That's the boat without any fuel or water or gear on board. And this 2019 Boatmate tandem axle trailer with dual brakes is also going to be included. Got a swing tongue. Of course, the trailer guide post back there is going to help make that load a lot easier. There's a swing tongue up here at the front. Going to have a basically a 7-pin trailer connection. And step on over here. I believe that's a 2 5/16 inch trailer ball as well. So that's going to be the larger trailer ball hookup. We're here for our video walkthrough tour as usual. You'll find the full list of specifications, features, options, as well as the current asking price is always all going to be over our website. We don't mention those in our video walkthrough tours just because they will very frequently change between when we list a boat and when it is sold, but we by no means do we hide that from anyone. If you, in fact, for your convenience, down in this video description, there'll be a direct link to our listing page. And as soon as you get to that listing page, that asking price can be one of the first things you see, along with all of our contact information, a link to contact us via email, and our number will also be up there as well, so you can send us a text message if that's easier for you. I do like to remind you we are frequently in areas without cell phone reception, so if you do give us a call, you get our voicemail. If you do want to return phone call, please keep in mind, leave us a message. If you leave us a detailed message, let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as we either finish with a customer or return to a self-service area, we'll be returning your call and answering all those questions for you. Again, down in that video description, there will be a direct link to this one. Don't mind the YouTube comment page. So, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. So let's go ahead and climb on inside here. Well, as usual, we'll kind of do our walk through the interior. Then we'll start going over the wear and tear. Should probably go ahead and point out this Volvo Penta dual prop out drive that I just referenced a moment ago. We've got the dual stainless steel props. We've also got a pair of Lenco trim tabs back here as well. Our Boatmate trailer also has some built-in trailer tie-down straps. And then these underwater lights may have also caught your eye. Got those on either side. Got a ski tow hook right here off the swim platform. If you're pulling anybody in an inflatable or a tube, that's really the prime spot to use. The sport towers weren't really designed to be able to do towables or inflatables. We do have a 4-step swim boarding ladder right here, but the way this trailer is set up, I don't really need that. Others may. So if we lift up here. So this one's yacht certified. What that means is that the manufacturer does not put a capacity plate on this boat. Essentially means this boat's big enough. We trust whoever's going to be driving it to be responsible with the amount of gear and people they put on board. Now there is a formula to figure out your max capacity, and this one happens to come in right at 15 people. So, but if you've got smaller people and you've got the boat weighted accordingly, then like I said, with that yacht certification, you're going to have a little bit of leeway there. We've got a very versatile sun pad, you might call it, if you will, because this is going to be your engine cover. I've got it kind of raised up in kind of a lounge position right now, and I'll go more into detail on that here later on. And then also we've got that walkthrough to easily get from the swim platform into the cockpit. I think that should really be mandatory on about every boat. We've got a folding tower, pair of JL audio tower speakers. We're going to have 4 JL audio cockpit speakers. This is going to be one of those 4 right there. Our cockpit speakers are lighted. We've also got a subwoofer, JL audio subwoofer, and then we've got the 2 JL audio tower speakers. So 6 speakers altogether, 4 cockpit, 2 tower speakers, and a subwoofer along with a pair of JL audio amplifiers. I'll show you more on that here in a few. Let's go ahead and move on to our driver station here. As you can see, we've got the popular flip-up bolster driver seat. Seat is going to swivel, as well as move forward and back. Got a nice tilt steering wheel here at your driver's helm as well. Pair of cup holders right here at your driver's seat. That's going to be one right there. You got another one just behind your driver's seat. You've got a total of 10 stainless steel cup holders on board. 12-volt power outlet and a dual USB outlet right here next to your driver's seat. There's your Lenco trim tab controls. We've got auxiliary input for the stereo just underneath there. And going to hit our little power switch here for our medallion touchscreen dash. We've got a Ritchie compass just forward of our driver's helm here. Well, let me go ahead and review some of our features here on our display right here. So first of all, I'm going to turn our key on so we can get the engine hours. That's going to populate right here. So we've got 292.3 engine hours. We've got air temperature, water temperature. Now, obviously, we're not in the water, but that's measuring the temperature up here on the top side of the boat. That's going to have a sensor underneath the boat, so down in the shade, 64 degrees. This is going to be your depth finder, and again, we're on the trailer right here, so we're not going to get an accurate reading there, but it's attempting to give a reading, showing it's 8.5 feet. And then this is actually the stereo screen right here. We've got an AM, FM, USB, auxiliary input, Bluetooth, satellite ready, stereo with the NOAA weather band as well, the NOAA weather band. You turn that on right there. Let's see, give it some volume here. And there's that NOAA weather radio. All right. Go ahead and turn that off for you. Now we've got our, I don't know if you noticed that whenever I did hit the volume controls, we've got basically different zones. This is going to be your This is going to be your cockpit speakers right here. This could be your tower speakers. And then, of course, this volume is going to control everything. So you can have these, you basically have these all set however you like. Auto volume right here is meant to increase volume as you give the boat more power and decrease when you slow down. So that's also a nice feature. I like having that on any boat. Here's our chart plotter right here. And obviously, again, we're off the water today, but that's you're going to be able to zoom that in. Let's see, where's those controls? I think they're over here. Be able to zoom that in. And there's going to be a few different other screens here in this touch screen right here as well. We can drop waypoints or markers just for reference. You find a cove that you really like, you can kind of mark that for the next time out. So again, that was your stereo screen. It's going to be your master switch screen right here. It's going to allow you to control your navigation lights, your cockpit lights, your speaker lights, your docking lights, your underwater lights. We've got an accessory switch that's going to be available for anybody to add something. We do have a functional blower and a bilge. And actually, let's go ahead and turn our cockpit and speaker lights on. Before I step off the boat, I'll show you our underwater lights. And this screen right here is this does not have the cameras, but it does have some media to it. Basically, you're going to have, I believe, access to like your owner's manual. This is going to be on the medallion 12-inch display that we're looking at right now. Kind of does a demo on that. So see if I can exit. Yeah, exit out of there. Okay. So I think that pretty much covers everything. So again, you've got that chart plotter screen. This right here is going to be, now this one does not have the surf package. So these ballast functions right here, the boat's not equipped with. This is going to be a display you might use if you are pulling skiers. Does have a speed control option right here, and this is going to set your speed right there. So now you can do that within this side of the screen right here as well, or you can do that over here on this side. Let's see here. Let's go back here to our map screen. This could be your drive trim right here. You've also got your drive trim back here on your throttle. And that's not to be confused with your trim tabs, your Limco trim tabs. And you've also got the indicator gauge on these trim tab controls. So this is going to let you to see exactly where you have those tabs deployed at. These trim tabs are basically intended to just level the boat out. So if you do have, you know, a full load of passengers, without having to move everybody around, you can basically level the boat out with your trim tabs right here. Now you don't want to be leveling the boat until you're running in a straight line and you're on plane, and then you'll be able to play with that and get you a nice level ride. So fuel gauge indicator is going to be right over here. It's going to be your engine temperature and what's that, engine oil pressure. So do have a functional horn as well. And again, I think I called your attention to that Ritchie compass just overhead. So let's go ahead and turn that key off. Our engine hour display will go away, but we'll come back to this here in a few moments. And again, I'll be using that to raise our engine hatch. And then here's our cockpit lights and speaker lights. Tower speakers do not have the lights, but we do have some lights up here on our radar arch. Flip that switch. There's your radar arch lights. And then you've got night mode on this. You hit that the other way, we've got some red lights up here. That red is actually used in a lot of marine applications. It's intended to be a little bit easier on your eyes, so you don't lose your night vision at night after your eyes get adjusted. Yeah, we've got a nice, well, obviously also we've got the nice marine mat flooring, or the sea deck style flooring. We've got a nice large ski locker right in here. Water toys are not included in this one, but I do want to call your attention to how large this ski locker is. Our waste holding tank is right there. That is I believe an 11-gallon waste holding tank. And actually, before I open our head compartment, let me show you how this backrest on your companion seat can go forward or rear facing. And then you've even got a flip up bolster for your passenger seat right here. Whenever somebody is riding in the forward facing position, you actually need to flip that up to open our head compartment here. Little latch right below there. Head compartment swings open. We've got a little light down in here as well. It's going to be a Tecma marine head. This is a macerator head. Tecma makes a very nice head. It's actually, I believe, made in Italy. It's one of the nicer electric heads you're going to have. A little stainless sink. A little pull-out shower. We do have the pressure water system on this one. A little storage right there. It's going to be your tissue paper holder right there. And then, of course, you can also see we've got the little port window with the screen, removable screen. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. We've got a small little glove compartment, little dry compartment right there in front of your passenger seat. Passenger's going to have a cup holder there, a little storage cubby right here. See, we've got a little light. Where's that light coming from? There it is. There's your light there. Another stainless cup holder right there. So that's two more of our 10 cup holders. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. And you can see the speaker lights on up there in that bow area as well. Before I do head up to the bow, I want to pause, show you we've got an integrated little bow wind block for those chillier mornings or evenings. Going to be able to kind of block off some of that airflow coming through. And then we've got some really nice integrated storage right here. So, and we've also got our JO Audio stereo amplifiers down here. You've got some of your fuses for your 12-volt system right here. Your little rod right there going across. That's going to allow you to hang things up if you like. And then we've got our removable lounge table. It's stowed away right here. I love how it has a dedicated place. That's the little stand for it as well. We'll have some photos of the two positions where that can go. That can go either here in the cockpit or up in the bow area. And then these two slots right here are actually for our bow filler cushions, which we've got in place right now. And we stopped and showed you that. We'll go ahead and fold that windshield over and head up here in our bow area. A little bug flying around there. We do have some nice fold down armrest up here in our bow seating. Nice large bow seating. Like I said, we've got the bow filler cushions in right now. Got a armrest on either side of your forward facing bow seats. You've got some nice grab handles right here. And again, two speakers and 4 cup holders up here as well. Now we do have storage underneath these seats. And of course this this marine mat goes all the way up through the bow if we pull out our filler cushions. And then this that right there is going to be the mount for that removable lounge table. Go ahead and crawl up here. We do have 2 of our 6 pull-up stainless steel cleats up here in the bow area. We've got another 4-step swim boarding ladder. It's going to swing out over our bow area right here in a nice little dedicated anchor storage compartment. And then while we're here, we do have a little bit of wear, small little stress crack right there. And then we've got a little bit of a rip in this forward bow seat right here. We got a rip there, a little bit of stretch seams right in here. But that's going to be the worst of actually everything in our interior right there. A little scuff right here as well. And of course, these filler cushions will easily come out of place right there. You see, you get a little lip where that's going to lay on. Okay. And again, those nice convenient fold-down armrest up here in your bow seats as well. Your freshwater tank can get filled up right here. I believe that's a 15-gallon onboard freshwater tank, 11-gallon waste holding tank, and then we've got an 80-gallon onboard fuel tank. So here's a look going the other way. Nice large arch on our tower there. That almost doubles as a forward bimney. Notice that basically comes right over top, just in front of your driver and passenger seats. Sunbrella canvas, bimney canvas attached on the back of that to extend that shade a little bit farther. Go ahead and close our bow off. Let's see, we kind of showed you both positions with this. Let's go ahead and raise this back the other way again. And this seat right here, this is going to be removable. Kind of called your attention to that subwoofer a minute ago. Little drain in the floor right there. Of course, that drain is going to go down into your bilge compartment. We've got storage underneath these 2 seats right here. And we've got a Plano cooler that will fit under either one of those 2 seats right there. And then again, that table mount will go here. We'll have photographs of the table in place in both the bow and the cockpit mount areas. We've got a little storage compartment that's going to be accessible underneath this seat right here. Got a pair of life jackets. There's one of our 2 dual batteries and some fenders, and then another anchor down in this compartment. Let's slide this one back in place. Okay. Now, before I kind of play around with our rear seating here, I'm going to come back to our helm area, and I'm going to hold our engine hatch switch. We're going to raise that engine hatch up. And this is powered by a Volvo Penta 5.3 liter V8 inboard outboard dual prop stern drive engine, rated at 350 horsepower. And the block on this is going to be closed cooled, but we do have an open cooled exhaust system. So it's going to use lake water to cool your exhaust. Internally, it's going to be cooled. That's probably enough right there. That will go higher, but I think that's going to be plenty adequate for us. So nice large storage compartment over here on this side. We've also got a little light down there as well. Again, this is that 5.3 liter Volvo Penta. 350 horsepower, fuel injected. We've got an 80-gallon fuel tank, kind of sits just right below here. Another little storage tray right there. See, we've got this kind of lip built up around there. That's so your items that you do elect to put in there for storage aren't going to be rolling around on you. Other batteries are going to be right over here. We got a pair of, I believe those are 24 Marine Start batteries from 2019. And then we also have a dual bank. That's going to be a 10 amp Marine Co charger, integrated onboard charger. And those onboard chargers will allow you to get usually a little bit more life out of those batteries because it makes it super convenient to get those plugged in, keep them charged up. And as you can see, we've got the California emissions rating on this right here as well. Let me go ahead and lower that hatch back down. And then we'll show you kind of that rear seating. And we'll show you this electric folding tower as well. We've got 3 stereo controls, if you're counting the stereo controls available up here at your driver's seat. Got another one right there. And your third stereo remote is going to be on the swim platform. Okay. Hatches back down. Battery switch compartment's going to be right here. Dual batteries. You can select from battery 1, 2, or both. It is best practice to alternate running on battery 1 and battery 2. Anytime you drop anchor and you're swimming, got your stereo on, engine off, you want to make sure you're on battery 1 or 2 and never both. That's going to allow you to basically have a backup power. Should you ever spend a little bit more time, lose track of time, maybe wherever you're floating, next thing you know, maybe your stereo is running your battery dead. This is going to be your onboard battery charger connection. So that's just basically an outlet right there. You can plug your extension cord up to, whether you're in a slip or in your garage whenever you're backed in for storage. All you gotta do is just plug that in. That's gonna turn on that dual bank battery charger that we just showed you down below there. Now our folding tower, a radar arch. Simply turn this key right here, and then you can lower it. See it working right there, over here. Whole thing's gonna go down, and it does lower just in front of that windshield up there. And there's that fully lowered position. Now, of course, if we did not have that bimini top on, then that's going to be the high point of this arch. Would raise this back up, and it simply tilts right back up there. So if you do have maybe lower clearance in a garage, super easy to do with that electric tower. Okay, turn that key off, and we'll swing this over. Okay, so our seating back here on our versatile sunpad. Let's see here. We've kind of showed you, so this is kind of your rear-facing lounge seat, forward-facing bench seat. Take this up a notch. We'll lower this one down. Now you've got your sun lounge, kind of a rear-facing sun lounge here. And then, of course, this will go the rest of the way. And now you're laid down flat. You have a little storage hatch right here. It can be accessible from this side. There's those fenders and additional anchor. There's that 278 SS logo. Over here on the other side of this seat's going to be that third stereo remote. So this will keep you from having to climb back in the boat whenever you want to listen to some tunes for the NOAA weather radio. We do have a drive trim remote. It's going to be accessible from the platform back here as well. If you're ever doing any servicing on the boat, super helpful to have that drive trim switch handy without having to climb back in the boat, especially if you got the boat covered. Maybe you can see our snaps from our cockpit cover just go right here, so you be able to actually just pull the corner of that up and be able to use that drive trim switch. Now, there was a little bit more wear and tear here on the interior before we climb back out and start getting up close and personal on the exterior. Let's see here. There was one, yeah, here's our one little mark right here in this large bench seat. One little mark right there. And then we got a little bit of wear underneath these cooler seats, kind of right here on these edges. That may have just been from the kind of cooler banging on there. And I believe we had a little bit of the same over here on this side. A few marks right in there. A little bit of wear in our marine mat flooring in the cockpit. Nothing bad, or nothing major anyway. Looks like, well, it's definitely not a tear. That looks like maybe a little scuff just from this seat kind of staying in that lean back position. Oh, that was just a little bit of dirt. Our driver's seat, I think, checked out good. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our underwater lights so I can show you those whenever we step off. Turn off our cockpit and speaker lights, underwater lights. Turn those on. We'll be able to look at those when we step out of the boat. Let's see. I think everything was good up here. Oh, our arch had a few little marks on it. There's one right here. It's two little, like, kind of three little maybe stress cracks in our arch up here. There's another one right there. And then we had a little bit of a few marks on the other side. Here's a area right here. Little stress crack in those areas. That's just a little scuff right there, maybe. Another little stress crack right there, and then a little bit of cracking over here on this side. There's another little stress crack. There's that little kind of chip right in there. A few little stress cracks in this corner, and then a few little scuffs on this edge of the arch as well. All right, I think that's got those. We did point out that section of the seat. Of course, that bow seat was the worst of everything up here in the interior. Everything else looks pretty good. Step on over. Now our marine mat flooring back here on this corner of the swim platform, I think you can kind of see where those lines are a little bit raised up. It's like a little bit just kind of lost its adhesive kind of right there in the middle there. So that was, especially when the sun's on there, it's probably going to want to kind of pop up just a little bit. So, all right, let me climb on over the edge. There's those underwater lights, and they do kind of go through a kind of a range of colors. Shifting to an orange color now. And all right, let's go ahead and start looking at our wear and tear here on our platform here. We've got a few areas right here. So we got a small little mark right here. Similar over here. I'm gonna come move this camera around because as you move this angle around, you kind of see these different areas here. Moving that around a little bit of wear right under there. Then another slight little mark right there. Another small little area. A bit right down in here. Now this is where you kind of get with these different gel coat colors. Some of these marks show a little bit more easily. These are all fairly minor though. None of these to really get too worked up about. And this one is obviously a little bit deeper. See, that's a lot of a brighter white shade right in there. That fingernail's kind of catching a edge right there. We got a small little wear mark right there. I saw something else there. And then as we come on back, right in here is a little wear item. There's another one right here. That's a piece of dirt right in there. Small little mark right there. Okay, this red here is a decal right here, and we've got what looks like some bubbles. That's just where that decal didn't get all the way up in that little crease, and I think that's a little air bubble right there. So that's nothing really to get worked up about. Two more little marks, or three more little marks down here on the hull side, and then right underneath, drop down here. A bit of a scratch right there. It's kind of a minor scratch, but we are catching kind of an edge right there. And another mark right in here. Drop down here a little bit, see if there's anything else to show you. We've got a bit more of these kind of scuffs on that hull side down here. There's another one right here. It's kind of minor. And then there's a few other little wear areas right down here. A few other little wear areas down there, nothing major. So more little nicks right there. I think I pointed that one out to you. Keep moving up here near our bow. So maybe a little bit of a fender rub right in there. I think our hull line was pretty good, at least on this side anyway. It's kind of we get a little bit of a minor scuff right in there. It's probably from that trailer bunk. You do want to keep those carpeted bunks. You want to get those nice and wet. So back all the way in. Usually you'll back in much farther, get all that carpeting wet, and pull up a little bit so that boat slides on a little bit easier and less likely to make any scratches in that gel coat. And then, all right, so now we're on the kind of the port side, working our way back. I'm not sure what that is, but I think that's going to come off. That looks like some kind of adhesive that fingernail was able to kind of peel off of there. And then there's a little area right there. That's kind of a little scuff right there. A few more of those over here on this side. A little mark right there. There's another one right in here. Kind of going back a little ways. Most of these guys, you know, they're probably going to look worse than they actually are. They're not deep. They're just a little bit of wear. Could have been from loading on a trailer. We have one other one. See if I can find it here. Oh, that may be it right there. Yep, that's going to be it. Got a series of those over here on this side. Again, those probably were from that carpeted bunk. Yeah, that's probably the bulk of it on the underneath side. Let me go back up here where we were. Check kind of above the water line, going down this port side here. Everything looks pretty good. Oh, there was a little wear item. Oh, here it is. Right up here. Just a little bit of rub up there. Just another one right there where that rub rail meets maybe. There's going to be those docking lights, those LED docking lights. Those did function. And then a little area in this white. Little minor scuffs right in there. And that's a little bug. Oh, here we are. A little kind of light scratches in your gel coat up here. So this line's going to kind of follow down. So it's not deep, but it is there, and it is into the gel coat right there. So kind of got that area right there. And then I think there was another one of those. See if I can locate it here. I saw another area like that, but that may have been the mark I was thinking of. A bit minor scuff in there. Okay. Small little scuff there. And that was some dirt. And then a few more little minor scratches right in here. So again, we just try to show you all these listings as accurately as possible so you can make your own decisions about it. Perhaps this will kind of help narrow down some options for you, or before you start having to drive around and see all of them in person. So again, we've got another little minor mark there, and this one's coming down this direction. And then maybe one right there on the edge of that little line. A little kind of scuff right in here. And here's another one right there. It's pretty good. All right, now we're kind of on that extended swim platform. Another little scuff right there, and then another one right in here, coming around that corner. That one also looks like kind of a fender transferred. See how that kind of scratches off of there? Get a little buff, and I'll probably get rid of that one. And then now this down here on this edge, that one's a little bit more of a scratch. So this one's going to hang around. Kind of starts up in here, goes down. Get any more on this edge? Yeah, there's another one right in here. Actually, we were trying to show a photograph of this one, and we're really having a hard time because it's right on the edge. We're really having a hard time getting that to show in a photograph. But that lets you know what we're looking at right there. And I think that's going to do it. And then that puts us right back about where we started here on that swim platform. Transom looks good. Again, see those underwater lights kind of going through their color scheme. And I think that's going to do it for this one. Just looks like a little wipe line from a cleaner. Yeah, so again, this is the 2019 Monterey 278 SS, large open bow for sale. Again, we're here in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is a 2-owner boat. Has been exclusively used in the East Tennessee area in freshwater. And we're going to have, of course, again, we're going to have a full list of details, specifications, options, as well as all of our contact info and current asking prices, all going to be over our website. Again, that's at yournewboat.com. I think we went over all the specs on this one. So again, I'll refer you to the website. Down in that video description, there will be a direct link to the website. We're going to be able to see basically a photo slideshow tour of this one. And again, all of our contact information is going to be right there. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions. You want to schedule a time to come see this one in person, submit an offer, anything like that, you're going to want to do so through our website. So again, that's yournewboat.com. And that's going to start to wrap it up for this one here. Two things to be coming up over top of your screen as we do sign off. One's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist, and the other is going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, we're happy to have all your subscribers out there. That will notify you anytime a new video posts, which also means a new listing just posted. So again, I think it's right-hand corner will be the shortcut to our current listings playlist, and that left-hand corner is going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our channel. So again, I thank you again for joining us. Again, this is that 2019 Monterey 278 SS open bow for sale near Knoxville, Tennessee. Tandem axle trailer is included. And I thank you again for joining us.